And of course, we come to the best part of the show, I think, and that is our good old Bible bracket. And just to give people an idea of what Bible brackets are all about, I'm going to play this.
What is a show Bible? A show Bible is a document that outlines the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers pitch show Bibles to network executives and production companies in the hopes that it will produce a production agreement. Well, with the Clint Initiative podcast, we do streaming content, we do movies, we do music. So, for our productions, we have a Bible, and that Bible will be previewed here on the show.
Okay, so, oh, it looks like we lost Katie. She'll be back. So, this week we're going to talk about two films. One is Sisters, and the other is My Darkness. And we'll get to see which one rises to the top.
I know which one rises to the top already.
Okay. Sisters is a film about this young lady who, for 10 years, she has been trying to save her friend. She's stuck in another dimension and she's been trying to save her friend because she knows her friend is going to be killed by her boyfriend. And so, because she knows, she keeps trying to save her and she fails each time. But finally, with help, she's able to actually save her friend. But in saving her friend, there is a price to be paid. And we get to see them struggle with what they have to do just because she wanted to save her friend. The next movie idea, My Darkness, for our main character, he says, my darkness is my light. Living in both worlds is my existence. And when you live in a world of darkness and light, there are advantages in any situation. So, my darkness is my strength. Okay, so those are our two movies today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss it. And then once we discuss it, if you guys have any questions, then we'll make our pick. So what do you guys think so far?
Whoever want to go first.
Say again?
Katie, you want to say something?
I was just gonna start talking. I mean, nobody else. But no, I really like Sisters. I'm not gonna lie to you. It caught my attention the most. I think My Darkness. I kind of want to learn a little bit more of the concept of it. Like I'm just not really understanding the difference. Like I'm not sure what are you referring to when you're saying My Darkness and like I what kind of got lost in it.
You know that people have different sides to their personality, right?
Okay.
People have different sides to their personality. They have their dark side and they have their light side. And if you step out of line, you can see that dark side mostly when you step out of line. But there are some people that even when you step out of line, they don't really have a dark side. But there are some people who I don't know. I don't want to give out. The reason why I'm hesitating is because I don't want to give out too much of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But we all have we live in the light and we live in the dark. Some people live more in the light than they do in the dark. Some people have never lived in their darkness. Some people live in the light and the dark all the time, and you see it mostly when you interact with them. And in the film My Darkness, we explore this one person who is not so much a struggle as he bathes in opportunities to show his darkness and his light. He bathes in those opportunities.
Hmm.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, did anybody have any questions before I ask for your final verdict?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot there, Jay. What's your final verdict, man? You like sis? Did any of them stick? Do they need more work, or can we forget about it?
My honest opinion, both of them remind me of other movies that we've probably all seen before. So I'm
Yep.
kind of just sitting there like, I don't know.
So if you had to pick one, so you think they both need more work, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So you wouldn't even pick one?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, we did.
Okay, so what about you, Clint?
I kind of agree with Jamel. They both kind of, well, not really both so much, but more of Sisters reminds me of movies that I have seen already. Um, I must see Sisters more like, someone is actually going back in time to change something what happens in the past, and, you know, trying to save this person. Each time when she changed, she could never change the past. And if you do happen to change the past, it's somehow you're going to sacrifice something or someone or you love, or something you're going to sacrifice to actually save that one person, because you're so in love with that person. You're trying your best to save that person. And then you realize you have to give something up in order to save your best friend or your sister. It's almost like something what I've seen already. But what's, even though you didn't say much about Darkness, if I have to pick, I will gonna go with Darkness. The very little you said about Darkness, it opened up my imagination. Like when you was talking about how some people, I see a little bit of that title in me. Darkness could be your strength, and it could also be a weakness as well. I don't want to scare people a bit. I talk too much. So let's take, for me, for example, I could be one of the most nicest person anyone could come across. I love it. I like everyone. And I laugh a lot. I'm kind. I'm sweet. And some people are going to take advantage of that. But they don't know that I also have a bit of a dark side that I hide with the kindness, because I could get, I have a terrible rage. I had a terrible rage back then as a kid growing up. And if I'm provoked too much, I get so angry that when time to fight, you could hit me as much and punch me as much as you could. I don't feel pain. I physically get stronger when rage take over, which is my
Superpower.
darkness.
So you're a Super Saiyan.
It's crazy. I remember as a teen, I almost killed my friend
Okay,
in a
so
fight.
just to give you guys a little bit more information about Sisters and what makes it unique from other films is that most of the film happens outside of our time. Most of the film happens in a place where time really doesn't exist. That's how she's able to go. That's how she's able to go back to save her friend. And she goes back to save her friend for a very specific reason, which I can't get in. I don't want to get into too much about some of the stuff in the film. We can talk about that offline. But yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit.
Looks like
So
this is
does
going
that
to
help
go
at
into
all,
a
Jamel?
looks like this will go into a unanimous decision then.
Say again.
I said it looks like this will go into a unanimous decision then.
What do you mean?
Clint went with My Darkness. Katie went with Sisters, and I'm still nope.
So neither one of them stuck for you. So
No, not they would remind me of, like I said, movies that I've watched.
okay, okay. Well, before
And
I am now
that's including anime, just so you know.
really. Oh
Correct.
man, you. That's unfair, man.
Darkness could combine with the yin and yang.
So that's great because maybe our movie will bring an anime to life.
That's where you're working on the avatars for us, right?
I'm actually working to have animation be one of the things that we can offer to the world.
Mm.
I want it to be one of the things that we can offer people as entertainment. Maybe even something we can show as a short before we even show our short. You know how in movie theaters they used to show a cartoon or something before the movie.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
That that's a
go
good
ahead.
that's another good idea because then like I was saying earlier, that'll show, show everyone where our voice acting starts out at.
Yeah, and it'll show that um, there's something of value in what we're doing. So I guess it comes down to me to pick a winner. But before I do, I want to show our winners from the previous weeks of the Bible bracket, just to catch people up. Okay, so
That was great. That was good.
well, thank you,
Yeah.
sir. So now we have a choice between. I'm waiting for my computer to do its thing here. I hate computers. I really do. Sometimes when they don't do things the way I want them to do it. So now we have, okay. Okay. I'm glad that when I edit, I can cut this part out. But between, we have two to choose from. We have Sisters, about a two women out of time who've always considered themselves to be sisters, and now together they have to fight to get back to our time or get back, or just to save their lives to have an existence. And then we have My Darkness. And My Darkness is it's more of a character study. And like you said, it's like things that we've already seen before out there. But would you have not wanted? How many of you guys have seen the Joker?
The cartoon?
No, the movie, The Joker. They made $1 billion worldwide.
Yeah, that's good.
Him. All right, yeah. His origin story. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it. Did you see
No.
it, Jamel?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
So,
Oh, Jenna finally see a movie.
so I got a question for you, Jamel. Did that seem like other movies that you had seen before?
Yes and no, because that was his darkness coming,
Right.
his darkness coming to light. And
Absolutely.
everybody thought he was joking around, but he was being real, and they were just like, "Oh, wait, this is real."
Right. So
It's man.
even those stories, like, and that reminded me a lot of Taxi Driver. And really, they even said it was a lot like Taxi Driver. So even though these two concepts, sisters and my darkness, um, are concepts that actually have been seen before, for me, it falls into the category of the way we're going to tell the story could hit with an audience in such a way where they realize something about their darkness or they realize something about their relationships. And then that sort of sticks with them, especially with the film Sisters. And that's why I prefer the film Sisters, because I think there's already enough darkness in the world. But that's why I wanted the story My Darkness to be more about how, even in the darkest of times, there's always some light.
Mm.
And even in the most evil of people, there's always some light. It's not just something
Well,
that you see in movies.
well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with this, but I'll give an example of the yin yang. There is dark in the light, and there's light in the dark. So
Remember,
you just gotta find,
I
you
brought up
find,
that when you said
you,
anime,
f-
the yin
you
yang thing.
find, you find your balance.
And that's what it is. It's about a life in balance. That's what I should have called it, a life in balance. Or since I'm all about one titles, I could have called it Balance. But My Darkness really, it struck me. And because it's also something that I think that a lot of people, if you have a film that's just about the light, they don't really want to see it.
Mm.
If you have a film about light and the darkness, it seems like it's something that people will more gravitate to because, um, like most films, they want to see themselves. And I
Yeah,
think it
because
might
if
That's
you
why
look at a
I
lot, if you look at a lot of the tension on the present times, there's a lot more attention being paid of more attention that's being paid to the chaos than anything that's being done, in the light.
Yeah.
absolutely, it seems like the darkness reigns supreme these days.
A lot of people thrive off of chaos because they just like seeing other people going through stuff. Sometimes they can relate, sometimes it's just more interesting to them because that's just drama that they like themselves to be in. Because if their life is drama and chaos, of course they're going to flock to that more, right? Instead of going in
Absolutely.
the other direction.
Well, and then sometimes people just want to see a nice story about two sisters who
Tyler
choose each other
Perry.
as sisters.